It's official. RDJ is coming back as Doctor Doom. But it's not the Doctor Doom that everybody thought. Go grab your vibe juice and meet me back here in the comic room because there's a book that you're going to need to grab before it's too late. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your humble host, C3, and I am back with another top 10 list and market update for you. Yes, for you, the comic book community. So hit that like, subscribe, be sure to ring that bell so every time I drop a video, you wonder for people to get that notification. It's good vibes only, guys. Check your nonsense at the door because we are only here for the love of the hobby. Listen, I'm excited. I know everybody's heard the news already. RDJ is coming back as Doctor Doom. But from what he says, it's not the Doctor Dooms that everybody thought. So check this out. I've got an honorable mention that I want to bring to your attention on this week's list, right? So pay attention to this book because it is currently moving quietly. But since that news has been released, once everybody figures it out, this book is going to skyrocket. So you're going to want to grab this book before it's too late. All right? Now, you know FOMO is real. Okay? FOMO is definitely real. So what I want to do is explain to you guys. I like to talk about books that not everybody's talking about. Not everybody's heard about this book just yet. I mean, it's probably a famous and a popular book, but no one's talking about it to the point where the price has increased astronomically. So I'm going to try to bring this to your attention before it's too late. And we want to talk about this book called Books of Doom, issue number 1. Yes, guys, this is the honorable mention on the list, right? This is Dr. Doom's origin. This is a Doom origin. And this book is currently, at the moment, up 10.34%. But I'm anticipating that is going to increase substantially over the next few days, right? As more and more people catch on. The last recorded sale for this book was $25. And I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I think that was my purchase. Because the moment I heard about this news, it was late night, I started checking eBay and seeing what was going on with this book. And I'll tell you what I saw. There was a slab for CGC 9.6 that was up there. They were only asking like $100 and some change for it. That book is now gone. There was another book up there that was like $19.99. It was kind of damaged, so I passed on that. There was another book that I saw that was $24.99. That book was still there, so that's the book that I grabbed. I wanted that slab, so congrats to the individual who grabbed that slab. Average price for the raw copy at the moment is $19. The average price for the graded copy will probably run you roughly about $230. There's been a total of 260 sales for this particular book so far. And like I said, I anticipate that increasing over the next few days and over the next week or so as this news ventures further out into the community. We had a high sale that took place back in 2022 for CGC 9.8, where that book sold for $500, my friends. Yes, $500. But with this new news that has been surfacing, you may be able to get that book for a little bit less, but maybe not for long, right? Because we know what happens when a book spikes and everybody catches wind of it. The feeding frenzy begins and the prices go up, all right? But keep in mind, fair market value has that book resting for a raw copy, $19 in very fine condition. I was so curious about this book, I did a little further digging. I went on Go Collect. I found out that there are 66 books on the census, but so still a fairly rare book to find in high grade. All right, so there are 66 graded copies of this book on the census. You've got 29.8s, you've got 14 9.2s, 12 9.4s, 10 9.2s, and 4 9.0s. Now I'm gonna repeat that because I might have just made an error, but I want to be accurate on this information. 29.8s, 14 9.6s, 12 9.4s, 10 9.2s, and 4 9.0s. All right, and that'll correct any error that I might have made. So you know what it is, guys. Grab this book before it skyrockets and the prices get a little bit outrageous, all right? It looks like it's going to be a decent movie. They've brought in the Russo brothers. We're going to see what they do with this. We got RDJ on it, ladies and gentlemen. And this book of Doom, Books of Doom, issue number 1 is on the move, all right? So keep your eye on it. Now that we got that honorable mention out of the way, let's talk about the top 10 hottest comic books on the market. We're going to start the list off at number 10, right? Now, this is a Strike While the Iron is Cold book, and I'm talking about X-Men, issue number 2, and this is a beautiful J. Scott Campbell 1 in 100 variant. Most definitely, I had to put this book on the list. This is strictly a cover purchase for me. Now, this book is currently down 1.82%, and the last recorded sale for this book was $102. Average price for this book is $109, and there is no graded information on this book right now, as it is still a new book. Just came out a week and a half ago. All right, total sales for this book, we've had 21 sales for this particular book so far. We had a high sale of $160 for a raw copy back in August 13th, but fair market value has it resting at $109 for the raw copy in near mint condition. So if you are in the market for X-Men issue number 2, this beautiful J. Scott Campbell 1 in 100 variant, please keep your eye on it because it's moving on the secondary market. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep this list moving right along. At the list at number 9, this is another hot modern comic book on the list. This is another Strike While the Iron is Cold comic book. And we want to talk about Blood Hunt, issue number 5, the Red Band edition. And this is
the Rod Reyes, again, Rod Reyes.
The Rod Reyes, excuse me for butchering that name, Vault of Horrors, issue number 30, 1 in 25 homage variant. Man, I got through that. And this is the introduction of Doom as Sorcerer Supreme. Yep, absolutely. Now, this book, too, is down. It is down 3.44%, with the last recorded sale for this book being $26. There is no graded information on this book just yet because it, too, is a new series. So not many copies have come back from being graded yet, I guess. Average price for the raw copy is $32. We've had a total of 67 sales for this particular book so far, with a high sale for a raw copy back in July 4th was for $9, ladies and gentlemen. $90 for the raw copy in near mint condition. Fair market value has this book resting at $32 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So Blood Hunt, issue number 5, the Red Band edition, the Rod Reyes Vault of Horror, issue number 30, 1 in 25 homage cover is on the move, guys. It is definitely on the move. All right? Okay. Here's a book that I want to bring to everybody's attention because I'm hoping to see a lot more of this particular character. Let's talk The Unbelievable Gwenpool, issue number 1. Absolutely. And shout out to my boy Biggie Shaq, because I know this is one of his favorite characters. Shout out to you, Biggie Shaq. I appreciate you, big homie. All right. Now, this is an extremely energetic cover. I love this cover. I love everything about Gwenpool because her stories are fun. They're lighthearted. And the artwork on this particular cover is just breathtaking. It is just eye-popping, and it grabs you, right? This is the regular cover. The community is showing Gwenpool a lot of love right now. She's actually up 16.10%. Last recorded sale for her book was $15. Average price for a copy will cost you $13, and the average price for a graded copy will run you about $67. So this is such a fun book if you want to get your hands on it. We've had a total of 501 sales for this book so far, and a high sale of $150 for a CGC 9.8 back in 2023. All right, so this was number 8 on the list. It's on the move. The Unbelievable Gwenpool, issue number 1. Keep your eye out on it because it's doing extremely well on the aftermarket. All right, and speaking of doing well, because I love you guys so much, if you stick around to the end, I'll show you what I picked up for New Comic Book Day this week. All right? That's always a treat. I actually haven't even taken them out of the bag yet, so I'll be happy to share that with you. Yes, I will. I'll take a sip of the Vibe Juice now. Thank you guys. It's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. We're only here for the love of the hobby. Take it easy. Take it easy. Easy. There you go. Relax. Let's have some fun. At the list at number 7. Now, we got to talk about the notorious Kraven the Hunter making the list. Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 15. First appearance of Kraven the Hunter. How long have we been waiting for this, my guys? Yes, now we're hearing some news. I think it's coming to fruition. I'm excited about this as well. I know that you are, so I had to put it on the list. This is a Silver Age classic, and it's my sleeper pick. Yes, it's my sleeper pick because RDJ is getting all the news. But we can't forget, Spider-Man and Kraven the Hunter is going to grace us with their presence very soon too. All right? Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 15 is the first appearance of Kraven the Hunter, my guys. Last recorded sale for this book was $579. Average price for the raw copy is $547. Average price for the graded copy, $674. Now, we've had a total of 1,275 copies of this book that has changed hands so far. Such an iconic book. You can never go wrong when you're purchasing this book. I would just advise that you check the pricing on it, make sure you're getting what you're paying for, and that you're not overspending for the particular grade that you're purchasing in. All right? We had a high sale for this book that took place back in 2019 where a CGC 9.6 sold for $18,027. All right? Yes, absolutely. $18,027 for the 9.6 back in 2019. Now, fair market value has this book resting at $547 for the raw copy in very good condition. This is a Silver Age key, but yet it is still a high value comic book. This is a comic book that every collector would desire to have in their collection. If you haven't been collecting that Spider-Man run, I don't know what you've been doing with yourself. This is just the iconic Spider-Man run with some awesome characters, awesome first appearance of characters, right? Universal grades on the census. Go collect reports that there are 3,441 universal grades on the census. Rare to find in high grade. You're going to have 2 9.8s, right? 10 9.6s, 29 9.4s, 33 9.2s, 68 9.0s, right? Fair market value for the 9.8 right now at this moment is $78,000. A 9.6 has a fair market value of $37,000, and the 9.4s has a fair market value of $16,000. And of course, the lower hanging fruit is going for less, right? So those are your numbers on this particular book. Pick your poison carefully. Be wise in your decision making because we have another hot book, ladies and gentlemen, and it's on the move. At the list at number 6. If we're talking about books that hold their value over time, this is definitely one of those books. All right, let's talk about Fantastic Four, issue number 48, and this is the first appearance of Silver Surfer and the first cameo appearance of Galactus. Oh, of course. Yes, keys. We know what it is. That's why this book is on the list. Now, even though this book is down right now, this book is down 4%, right? This is still a Silver Age key, and this book still continues to hold its value over time, and it is a must-have for every collection, right? Last recorded sale for this book is $1,140. Now, perfect opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Strike while the iron is cold. This is a book that you would want to get your hands on while it's low, right? You don't want to spend all that money for a book while everybody's talking about it and everybody's trying to get their hands on it. Why Silver Surfer and Galactus have taken a back seat to RDJ and Kraven the Hunter. It may be a good time. You might want to pull the trigger on a book such as this, right? I've got a couple copies myself. I don't think I need another one, but if I did, now would be a perfect time to do so. All right? Average price for the raw copy is $1,056, while the average price for a graded copy will run you anywhere between $942 to $1,000. All right? We've had a total of 3,207 sales for this book so far. We had a high sale of $108,000 back in 2021, and that was for a CGC 9.8. $108,000 for this book back then. And I'm attributing that price being to that there weren't so many high grade books on the census. There wasn't so many 9.8s on the census. So over time, as that book increased on census, the value has come down a little bit, which is okay because that makes for a great buying opportunity for a great Silver Age key. All right, here we go. Fantastic Four, issue number 48, still has value, will continue to have value, and will always have value. So if you need this book in your collection, think about it, because now might be a good time for you to grab this book before it's too late. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the halfway mark. So allow me to do what I always do, which is take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with me. Thank you for stopping by, checking out the channel. For all my new subscribers, I appreciate you very much. If you've been watching us and you haven't made a decision on subscribing to the channel yet, please give us a shot. You might like us over here. We do things a little different. We talk about the books nobody else is talking about. Yeah. So that way you can get your hands on other keys, because there's not just the keys that are on, certain platforms. There's other keys out there. There's more to the hobby than just those keys. All right? And there's great reads. There's great artwork. Yes, we collect for all types of reasons. Beautiful covers, awesome stories, the writers, the artists, their personalities, what they bring to the craft. Oh, come on, man. You know what it is. It's good vibes only. We are only here for the love of the hobby. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, all right? So don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. Ring that notification bell so that every time I drop, you guys will get that notification, all right? I appreciate you. And again, hang around to the end, because I'm going to do something special for you. I'm going to show you guys what I grabbed for New Comic Book Day. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. All right, guys. I'll see you guys at the end. Let's do it. Back on the list at number 5. Now, this next book I'm excited about. It's because I know that no one's talking about this book. I know they're not. Ask me how I know. How do you know, C3? Because I know. Nobody's talking about this book. But nonetheless, it's a key and it's moving. It's on the move, guys. Let's talk about Marvel Premiere, issue number 32, first appearance of Monarch Starwalker. Huh? Who? Yeah. Monarch Starwalker. This book is up 34.92% and rising, ladies and gentlemen. Last recorded sale for this book, $40. Average price for the raw copy, just $3. Excellent price point for buy-in for a key book. Average price for the graded copy will run you about $70. There's been 349 total sales for this particular book so far, with a high sale of $96 for a 9.8 that took place back in 2014. Fair market value has this book rested at $3 for the raw copy in fine condition. Here's a Bronze Age book, ladies and gentlemen, and a book that's getting a modern look. Here's a Bronze Age book that's getting a modern look. And I think this is a good look, because we don't collect comics the way we used to 10, 15 years ago. So I'm glad to see this book come to the surface and give some of these new collectors that are new to the hobby an opportunity to see some iconic books, right? And it's hot, so you can't go wrong with that. Marvel Premiere, issue number 2, issue number 2, first appearance of Monarch Starwalker. It's moving, ladies and gentlemen. So check it out. At the list at number 4. Number 4 on the list is one of my favorite characters of all time. We got to talk about my guy, your guy, Gunslinger Spawn, and this is issue number 4. Excuse me. This is issue number 2. My bad. No, I'm not perfect. I will make some mistakes. And guess what? I'm not editing them either. Nah, we're not gonna waste time with that. Enjoy. This is issue number 2. Gunslinger Spawn, ladies and gentlemen. This is when Gunslinger goes up against some vampires. But I had to put this up here because, yo, look at this cover, man. Look at Gunslinger. Do you see the hole in this guy's chest? It's hard to digest by the size of the hole in your chest. Which rap artist said that? Leave a comment down below. It's hard to digest by the size of the hole in your chest. Which rap artist said that? But this cover is fire. I love this cover. That's why I put it on the list. This is a hot comic book. This has been an extremely well-written story, man. Like, they are killing it with this. Kudos to the writers and the artists on this Gunslinger Spawn journey, man, because this is fire. I really enjoy this book. Now, this book is up 31.96% with a gas cover like this. Last recorded sale for this book was $15. Average price for the raw is $11, and the average price for the graded is $47. You could tell just by the increase that the comic book community is really enjoying this book, right? There's been 447 total sales for this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. We had a high sale that took place back in 2022 where CGC 9.8 sold for $79. But keep in mind, fair market value has this book resting at $11 for a raw copy and near mint condition. So if you're a Spawn fan, like I'm a Spawn fan, keep your eye out on this book because now might be a good time for you to snatch it up. All right. At the list of number 3, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to switch gears a little bit. And it's not a proper list if you don't put some DC up there. Yeah, you got to have some DC in the mix. All right. Now, let's talk about Green Lantern, issue number 76. And this is the first appearance of Appa Ali Apsa. Yes, Appa Ali Apsa is the first appearance in this particular book. This book is up right now. 50.23%. I'm happy to have a Green Lantern book on the list because I don't think Green Lantern get the respect that he deserves. DC, I would love to see you guys do more with Green Lantern. Hal Jordan, whichever one you decide to use, bring them out. Bring them out. Bring the characters out. Give us something to do. Get us back interested in what's going on at DC. Do something for us, right? Last recorded sale for this book was $475. We had an average raw sale of $364, while the average price for a graded copy will cost you $600. Total recorded sales for this book so far, 720. 720 books changed hands so far. We had a high sale that took place back in 2022 where a CGC 9.6 sold for $20,400. Yes, 20 grand. That's a lot of money. Yeah, I don't got it. Nah, I don't got it. But if I did, I'd grab this book. Fair market value has this book resting at $364 for a raw copy in very good condition. That's more my speed. I'd have to save it up, but I'd probably be able to get that. All right? If you're in the market for Green Lantern, issue number 76, keep your eye out on it because it's doing numbers on the market. At the list at number 2, my guys. Yes, this list is moving, isn't it? I love it. At the list at number 2. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat. Yes, this is a personal pick of mine, right? This is a personal pick. This is a personal pick of the week. And this is for me because I'm going to get this book. You don't have to do what I do, but I'm just letting you know. I'm getting this book. Actually, I already got the book. But this is a personal pick, and I want to share it with you. So we have to talk about Blood Hunt, issue number 4, the Pepe Larraz regular cover, the Red Band edition. This is the first cover appearance of the Coven, of the Blood Coven. Yes, the Blood Coven. This is the first cover appearance. This reminds me, when I look at this cover, this book gives me Damnation issue number 2 vibes. Yeah, that, what is it? The Smallwood variant, I believe it is. Yeah, the Smallwood variant, Damnation issue number 2, with Blade and the rest of the team up there. That's how this cover feels. It feels similar to that one, right? And I thought that was interesting that it made me feel that, right? So I'm getting this book just because of how it made me feel. I'm going to collect what I like. Now, this book is up 81.46%. Last recorded sale for this book was $6. Average price for the raw copy, $20. Average price for the graded copy is $45. There's been a total of 87 sales for this particular book so far, with a high sale of $45 for CGC 9.6, and that took place back in July. Fair market value has this book resting at $20 for the raw copy in near mint condition. Blood Hunt, issue number 4, Red Band edition, the Pepe Larraz regular cover, it's on the move, ladies and gentlemen. And this Blood Hunt story arc is actually not a bad arc. So if you're not reading it, I recommend giving it a spin, man. It's not a bad book. Interesting story arc. All right? There we go. We have made it. There we go. We made it. We've made it, ladies and gentlemen, to the number 1 hottest comic book on the market. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. It's good vibes only. It's all about the love of the hobby, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else. Nothing else matters as long as I got you. All right? I'm your boy C3. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let's talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, World War III, issue number 1, that Gabriel Delgado cover. And this is the introduction of Wade Wilson III and the first cameo appearance of Delta. Yes, this book was hot before, and it's hot again, ladies and gentlemen. Up a whopping 211.68%. Last recorded sale for this book was $10. Average price for the raw copy, $6. $6. A pretty decent price point for buy-in. I'd give $6 for this book any day. Average graded copy is going to run you about $84. Now, we had a high sale that took place back in June of 2024, where CGC 9.8 sold for $110. We've had a total of 138 sales for this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. I was actually in the comic book shop a couple of days ago, and I saw that they had a couple of copies of these, and people were still asking about them. So I know that this book is still popular, and it's still getting the love that it deserves. Fair market value has this book resting at $6 for the raw copy in near mint condition. If you are in the market for Deadpool and Wolverine, World War III, issue number 1, the Gabriel Delgado cover, keep your eye out on this book because it is moving, ladies and gentlemen. All right? So, yeah, you guys made it. That's the list. Be careful. Execute. Never jump out of the airplane without a parachute. I wouldn't. FOMO is real. Be careful. I'm glad you guys hung out. I'm going to show you some books that I picked up for New Comic Book Day, and then I'll let you get back to business. All right? Really quick. Got my trusty bag with me. Like I said, I never even took them out the bag. I didn't go too hard this week. I don't know if you guys are aware, but I am really, really concentrating on adding my grails to my collection, so I will not be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars every comic book week. No more of that. I think I've outgrown that a little bit. All right, so here we go, guys. The first book I picked up was Predator versus Black Panther, issue number 1. And I just picked this up because I want to read it, and I also love the possibility of this happening. I love the possibility of the Predator showing up in Wakanda trying to take their vibranium. And what would the Black Panther's response be to that? So I love the possibility of this book. All right. The next book I picked up, Ultimate Spider-Man. And this is issue number 8. Hickman's writing this. Yep, our friend Jonathan Hickman is writing this. The next one I grabbed, Wolverine, issue number 1. This is that Greg Capullo red band cover. Yeah, I want to pop it open and see all the blood. If you guys know Wolverine, Wolverine is a gory type dude, man. Like, you know, he's just ripping and shredding, cutting, slashing. Yeah, he's all about the pain, man. He's all about the blood, the pain and the blood, man. So I'm definitely want to open that up and pop it in there. Another one of my favorite characters, for all you guys that know me, Miles Morales, Spider-Man Annual Issue number 1. Yes. Yep. Can't wait to read, see what my boy's been up to. Here's another book, cover purchase for me. Had to grab it. It's an homage. Venom issue number 36. The homage to Amazing Spider-Man issue number 129. First Punisher. Yeah, man, this is definitely another one of the most homaged covers. You know? Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go through my collection and see if I can find all my homages to 129 and display them all. There's so many different ones. It's like that one, Amazing Spider-Man 300. It's like a couple of that. There's just so many homages to that. Yeah, that's Spectacular Spider-Man, or Spider-Man, I say, issue number 1. Yeah, a lot of homages. All right, the next book I grabbed is X-Men issue number 2. I want to read this and see what this one's about. There was a solicitation of a first appearance in here as well. Not too sure, but I'm going to check it out, find out what is going on with it. I grabbed, I'm going to go in here and just pull her up just a little bit. Yeah, this is Kid Venom, issue number 1, but this is the second printing, I believe. Version cover, issue number 1. Very nice artwork. Love that. It's kind of got the negative space thing going on. Yeah, like that. Very nice. Here's a book that I'm happy to add to the collection. It's not the 1 in 100, but it's my comic. And I like it. X-Men, ladies and gentlemen. Issue number 2. And this is that beautiful J. Scott Campbell artwork. Yeah, it's not the 1 in 100, but it's still fire. That is awesome. Look at that. The sword looks like it's really glowing. Don't mind me. I'm just silly like that. All right, guys. Last but definitely not least, remember I told you I grabbed Blood Hunt, issue number 4. Right? And I grabbed myself a couple copies. Just for spits and giggles. Right? Beautiful cover. Look at it. Remember I said it has that Damnation issue number 2 feel. Blade and all the characters just chilling on the cover. There you go. All right, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the show. Thank you for hanging out with me. Like, subscribe, share. I'm your boy C3. It's good vibes only. I'll see you guys next video. Keep it comics. Later, Gators. You know what.